Hi guys. So today we are going to cover a topic called types of depreciation. So myself VB Karnamurthy working as an associate professor in Wings Business School Tirupati. So in this topic we are going to know about how many types of depreciations are there. So how the depreciation is going to be important for any type of business. So we are going to cover in this topic. So let us go for the introduction. So depreciation is the accounting process of converting the original cost of fixed assets such as plant and machinery, equipments, etc. into the expenses. So why that fixed asset is going to be converted as an expenses? You can see that in the initial stages, for example, if you are purchasing a car, if you are purchasing a car in the year of 2000, so the cost of the car is going to be 2 lakhs. If the car is going to be sold by you in the market in the year of 2010, so the life of the car is going to be decreased from 15 years to 5 years, because 10 years you are used that car. So if you are used that car for 10 years, then what is going to be happen? That 2 lakhs worth car is going to be reduced to 50,000 rupees. Then what is happen for that 1 lakh 50,000? That 1 lakh 50,000 is going to be the depreciation value. So depreciation is going to be an expenses. That's why the value of the asset is going to be get reduced. It refers to the decline in the value of fixed assets due to the usage, passage of time, and obsolescence. So normally, the value of asset is going to be reduced when you are used as a maximum. If you use the asset as a maximum, then what is going to be happen? The life of the asset is going to be get reduced, and the cost of the asset will also be get reduced. Passage of time. If the time is going to be passed, you can take that. If you are purchasing a car in the year of 2010, as per Indian government, you can use the car for 15 years. So 2010 to 2025 is the life of the car. So if the life of the car is going to be 15 years, after 15 years you want to again go for the rechecking, and you want to check that, and again you want to get approval from the government to use the car for another 5 years. So this is a certain rule. So the life of the car is going to be 15 years. If the car is purchased in the year of 2010 without using of you kept the car for 2025, even though without using of the car, the the car value is going to be reduced from that 2 lakhs rupee to 50,000 rupees, because you can use or you cannot use. If the time is going to be passed, then automatically the value of asset is going to be get reduced. And obsolescence due to the technology changes. So if the technology is going to be upgraded, then the people are interested to go for the new technology. They will not addicted for the old technology. So that is what the concept of depreciation. And furthermore, depreciation is a non-cash expenses, as it does not involve any outflow of cash. You can see that the depreciation is a non-flow, non-cash expenses. Why non-cash expenses means you cannot put any money in the depreciation every year, because the depreciation value is automatically reduced from the asset. So that's why we cannot go for the non-cash. We cannot go for the cash expenses. So that the depreciation is a non-cash expenses, because it is automatically reduced from fixed assets. The value is going to be automatically reduced from fixed assets. That's why it is going to be a non-cash expenses. Hence, depreciation is an expenses in different from all the other conventional expenses. Okay. So let us go for the next slide. The types of depreciation we are going to cover: the 5 types of depreciation called depletion method, mission hour rate method, written down value method, accelerated method, and sinking fund method. So let us go for depletion method. So depletion method is going to be used for natural resources called mines, quarries, and other natural resources. You can see that here we are using only about vesting assets. So uh, if you are getting any lease for a mine, the mine will be given with a lease of how much quantity you want to dig from the mine is going to be clearly mentioned by the government. If the government is given a permission to dig only 10 lakh tons, then you want to dig only 10 lakh tons. After the digging of more than the 10 lakh ton, you want to get again permission from the government to dig again some more mine and some more quantity from the mines. You want to get additional permission from the government. So in the similar way, depletion method is going to be discuss only about the natural resources. Here, the rate of production is measured by the rate of exhaustion of the asset. So, how the rate of asset is nothing but if you are getting the asset for 1 year, so the complete depreciation will be charged for 1 year only. If you are getting the asset for 10 years, then the depreciation is going to be charged for 10 years. So, here the life is going to be decided by based on the tender. Next, under this method, the total reserve of asset is measured by a expert valuer. Here, the asset value is going to be measured by expert valuer is going to measure the value of the asset. Next, last point. After that, the cost per unit of reserve asset is ascertained by dividing the cost of acquisition of the asset by the total reserve of that asset. So, the total reserve of the asset is going to be get acquired, and it is going to be divided into a portion. So, if you are having 10 lakhs tons for usage for 5 years, so the 10 lakhs tons are going to be divided by 5, and the how much you want to utilize in a year is going to be clearly known by you. So, in similar way, you can go for depletion method. Next, mission hour rate method. So mission hour rate method is called as service hour method. Is also called as service hour method. In this method, the active hours of missions are taken into account for calculation of depreciation. Here you can see that the active hours of machinery. Here we are not going for calculating of year. Here we are calculating about the how much hours the machine is going to be actively worked in the organization. So here the depreciation is going to be calculated on hour basis. Okay, this method is commonly used in sectors like chemicals, steels, and other heavy industries. So we are using this type of depreciation called mission hour rate method. So in this method, mission hour rate is established and charged to production. So mission hour rate means the amount spent on mission to run for an hour. So here you can see that the amount spent on mission to run for an hour. So how much the value that the mission is going to take for running of a hour. So for hour, the machine is going to take in 1 rupee as a depreciation. Then we are going to calculate that 1 rupee into how many hours the machine is going to be worked in a day. It is going to work in a day for more than 22 hours. Then 22 into 1 rupee. We can call it as 22 rupees is the depreciation per day of the mission. So that the mission rate is going to be calculated on the how many hours the machine is going to be run in the organization per year. Okay, that is going to be calculated in mission hour rate method. Next, written down value method. So written down value method is a depreciation technique that applies a constant rate of depreciation to the net book value of the asset each year. You can see that net book value. Suppose we are purchasing an asset for 1 lakh rupee. So we are going with a constant rate of depreciation is 10 percentage. So the 10% depreciation is going to be given for the net book value. How much is the net book value? 1 lakh rupee. 1 lakh rupee. If we are given a constant rate of 10 percentage, then how much it is going to be reduced? 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees is going to be get reduced. So 1 lakh minus 10,000, how much we are going to get means 90,000 rupees we are going to get. So next year the net book value is going to be 90,000. In that 90,000 we are going to calculate the constant rate value of 10 percentage. So 90,000 to 10 divided by 100 we can call it as 9,000. Then automatically that 90,000 is going to become as a 81,000 in the next year. So in the similar way, the written down value method is going to be get calculated on net book value of asset based on the constant rate of interest is going to be get applied. So this is one of the maximum used method in the depreciation. Next, accelerated method. So here, what is meant by an accelerated method? So in this accelerated method, you can easily understood that the initially, if we are purchasing any asset in the year, so that asset is going to be worked extraordinarily well. So if the days pass on, automatically the acceleration is going to be get reduced, and the value is going to be get reduced. How you can, we can see means. So if for example, if you purchase any of the machinery, the machinery is going to be work excellently in the first year because there is a new one. If the days pass on, that new machinery can become as a old machinery. If old machinery, what is going to be happen? That cannot perform like a new. So that's why the initial stages, the depreciation is going to be more, and the days and years are passed on, automatically the depreciation value will also be get increased. So in that similar way, we can call it as acceleration method is going to be get implemented. Acceleration method is going to be implemented. Here you can easily understand by studying of this topic. So accelerated depreciation is a method used to calculate asset value over time. It is based on the principle that an asset value is highest at the beginning of its lifespan, allowing for more significant depreciation in value during these first few years. Several different methods are used to work out the accelerated depreciation calculation. So several methods are going to be get used. Um so this is a brief explanation about the isolation method, and the last method is nothing but sinking fund method. So sinking fund method is a technique for depreciation and asset while generating enough money to replace it at the end of its useful life. Normally, the concept of depreciation will be clearly explains that if you save certain money, so that money is going to be used for replacing of the old machinery with the new one. For replacement, what we require? We require a cash. For that cash, we are going to save certain money as a savings per purchasing of a new machinery that is going to be kept aside. That is going to be kept aside to purchasing of a new machinery, that the savings money is going to be invested in some of the sectors. that savings will definitely give you interest. So interest plus principal is going to be added to purchasing of a new machinery is going to be the concept called sinking fund method. As depreciation charges are incurred to reflect the asset falling value, a matching amount of cash is invested. These funds sit in a sinking fund amount and generate interest. You can see that, for example, if we are purchasing a machinery for the cost of 1 lakh, for example, if you can purchase a machinery cost of 1 lakh, so you are calculate 10% as a depreciation. If you calculate 10% as a depreciation, how much you want to kept that money every year into the investment, you want to keep 10,000 rupees aside, because 10% is going to be the depreciation value, and the value of asset is going to be 1 lakh. Then automatically 10%, how much, the 10% from 1 lakh, it is going to be 10,000. So if you want to invest every year 10,000 rupees in any one of the investment, that investment definitely give you interest. That interest and principal, is principal 10,000 rupees is going to be get added, that will give some more benefit for purchasing of a new machinery, because that 1 lakh rupee is going to available with interest. So that is going to be beneficial for you to purchase a new machinery for the future. So that is what the concept of sinking fund. So we are completed the types of depreciation topic. So thank you everyone.